Hey backpackers, this is Juan from Juan Backpacks. I'm here today with my 3-season full backcountry fly fishing gear loadout. This loadout comes in at 12.6 pounds. That fly gear is on top of a base weight of 11.4 pounds. My base weight is typically around 10 pounds though, but because I added some camp shoes slash shoes that are more conducive to wading, that are more secure on my feet, that brought my base weight up to 11.4. Again, the weights are 11.4 pounds for the base weight. Adding in my fly gear, which includes a fly rod, fly reel, and some fly tackle to use, is 12.6 pounds. And then I even threw in 2.5 days of food to get me through a long weekend, and that total pack weight comes to 15.2 pounds. Not too bad for a few days in the backcountry. Super light, under like around 15 pounds. With fly fishing gear, you can't beat that. So let's go ahead and just quickly go through these items so you can see how I got a 15-pound total pack weight, obviously minus the water, which I'd add later, but a 15-pound basically total pack weight with the food. So let's dive into it. First off, you're gonna see my favorite pack, which is the Gossamer Gear G420. It's awesome. It's a 40-liter pack. Let's dive into the gear now. On the outside here, on this side pocket, I've got my shelter. It's the Gossamer Gear 1, great shelter. On this side in the pockets, I've got 2 water bottles. I've got a 0.75 liter water bottle with a sports cap, and then I've got a 1 liter water bottle here. That typically does me with, in terms of most of my backcountry fly fishing here in Pennsylvania, and actually in other states as well. If I need more water, obviously I'd carry like a bladder of some type or something that's collapsible, and I put it in my gear. Now let's switch gears. Switching gears with gear. Let's switch gears to the front pocket. So we're going to start here on the outside. You're going to see my fly gear first because it's in here right now. This is the fly rod that I'll take with me. This is a Orvis 7.5-foot glass rod. And I don't have the weights on these things, but again, this kind of gives you an idea. I'll make a lighter pack for this and link it below. This is my pack that I had made. It's made out of X-Pack. It's a chest pack. I had it made by Backcountry Exposure on Etsy, and it's really nice. It's basically a chest pack. It has all the gear inside that I need to fly fish, total gear. I'll do an actual loadout or an actual gear or a video of this gear in particular with the weights and so forth too. But it's really, you can tell from my weights I said earlier, I mean really this fly gear is 1 pound and just a couple ounces. That's it. And then my fly reel is Orvis fly reel. It's one of their old school fly reels. I love it. It's a bat and kill 1, and so you can see here, loaded with floating fly line. That is basically my fly fishing gear with the exception of my camp shoes slash wading shoes. These are heavier than I normally carry. I usually use a pair of Imago Mayflies, which are like around an ounce. And that's how my pack weight's down around 10 pounds normally, or my base weight. And so these are my shoes that are more secure. They're zero shoes, zero sandals. More secure for wading. I like these, and so I'll be taking these with me most of the time in the summer and like about 3 seasons. Also in the front pocket, I've got another sit pad here, just a Z-Lite, just added in for extra comfort. I have a sit pad obviously as part of the pack too, so I could use that if I wanted to. This is the sheet, the Tyvek sheet for the underneath the tent, so like a footprint, and so that's there. And then I've got my water filter, which is a Platypus quick draw. And many of you have seen this water filter on some of my videos. I'll be doing a review of it. I used it on the High Sierra Trail, so I'll be coming out with a full review of the Platypus quick draw very soon, in the very near future. The next item I've got in my front pocket is really the poop kit. My poop kit is very simple. It consists of a shovel, and then it consists of a rubber band that holds this on here, and I've got a Dr. Bronner's, a little dropper Dr. Bronner's soap for cleanup afterwards, and then obviously my bidet here, Kulo Clean bidet. So that is my poop kit. Keep on digging, nothing in the front pocket. So we're gonna go inside the pack. The G420 is a top loading roll top pack. I love roll top packs. It's just my preference. I like the way you can expand them a little bit. You can tighten them down if you got less gear in them. So they're extremely versatile. And on top, I've got my food bag, which is Hilltop Packs large food bag. And inside here, I've got a titanium spoon as part of my cook kit, right? Titanium spoon. Got the rock sack down in here, someplace underneath this food that I put in here. Where's my rock sack? Oh, fuel, right? Fuel. Cook kit, which is Toast 750 milliliter, and inside there I've got a salt and pepper shaker like this, pretty light. Got a small Bic lighter, got a Pocket Rocket 2 stove. There's my pepper shaker, and then a lighter load towel for cleanup. So it's a pretty simple cook kit. And then, like I said, in here someplace, well, there's my titanium spoon. In here someplace is my rock sack. And right there it is, rock sack that goes with the food bag. And then because I don't cook in my pot, because I hate cleaning my pot out after I cook, I have a Hyperlite Mountain Gear. It's like a insulated Dyneema pack where I can actually dump the boiling water in my food into a quart Ziploc bag and then put it inside here. This is called a repack, actually. And I do have a video on my YouTube channel about the repack and how I use it. And so that's the repack. And that's everything that's in my food bag. So the next item down, on heading to the bottom of the pack, is my rain jacket. I obviously keep it close to the top. This is the new Tusher rain jacket by Outdoor Vitals. I have worn this around quite a bit. I haven't hiked in it yet, but so far I'm loving it. And there will be eventually a full review on the Tusher rain jacket once I feel like I have enough experience with it in the field. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Now we can see. Down even further, I've got my dry bag here. Sometimes I will put this dry bag on the outside front pocket. I just stuffed it down in there because there wasn't anything I thought I would need right away. And so inside this dry bag, as part of my loadout, is going to be my Nikkor NU25 headlamp with a lighter kind of lighter strap on it. Got my Nikkor NB 10,000 battery bank. Not usually necessary for a weekend trip, but it's super light, so I don't mind carrying it. And then I've got some cords in here for my phone and my watch and other electronics as needed. I've also got a small bag of smellables here, which I could take out and throw in to my food bag if I need to. And that is consisting of my sunscreen. I've got two different types of sunscreen, one stick, one cream. Got a toothbrush, toothpaste. Got some hand sanitizer in a dropper bottle. Again, just trying to stay as light as possible, saving ounces here and there. Ounces turn into pounds. We got some butter Go Stick, and that's basically for chafing. Never really had to use it, but I figure I'll carry it. Maybe someday somebody else will need it. And then I've got some sunscreen lip balm. I'm not really needing that stuff, but never even had to use it, but I carry it with me just in case. And this is Picardin bug spray, again repackaged into a spray bottle. There's a few ounces in here, and that typically does me for 4 to 5 days, depending on how things are going out there. So that is my kind of ditty stuff. Then I've got a first aid kit in the dry bag here. Very simple first aid kit for minor cuts, burns, and wounds. And then I've got a lighter load towel that sometimes I'll use to wipe down the inside of my trekking pole tent, which is, as I said, the Gossamer Gear 1. Now down further is where my pack liner comes in. I've got a Nylaflume pack liner here. I'll kind of show it to you. And that's where I put all of my things that I need to keep dry. It's handy to use one of these because, quite honestly, you don't have to pull out things one at a time and throw it in your tent. You can just pull this whole Nylaflume bag out, and that if you're in a downpour, you set up your trekking pole tent so that stayed dry inside. The last thing you want to do is pull out a bunch of dry bags out of here, get them wet, and throw them in your tent. I can take this thing out one shot, throw it in my tent, and I'm good to go. So inside the Nylaflume are all the things I want to keep dry. Because this is a 3-season loadout, I've got the Ventus hoodie in here by Outdoor Vitals. It is a synthetic kind of hoodie slash insulated, kind of almost like a puffy kind of thing. I've used this down to about 30 some degrees, and it's excellent. And so I really like this, and one of these days I'll have a full review on this, since I, again, feel like I've used it enough to have some kind of real opinion on how it functions. But that's inside my Nylaflume bag. And then the next thing down, I've got my extra clothing, just in case I need to get to it. It's a little bit easier. My extra clothing really just consists of a few simple pieces or items. One is a pair of sleep socks. These are very short sleep socks, go to ankle, like ankle length. Don't need big and long sleep socks in the summertime. I've got the shield for my hat if I need it for sun protection. I've got top and bottom long sleeve merino wool sleep clothes here. Long sleeve, long pants. I can also use them as insulation if I need to hike in or at camp in the evening if it gets cold, if it's fall or spring. I've got a another hat here, a merino wool hat. Small, very light, very easy to carry. It's like around an ounce. Extra pair of sports briefs. And then I've got an extra pair of hiking socks in case the hiking socks I'm wearing get wet, soggy, or I just want to wash out and cycle in the clean stuff. That's what I do with these 2 items. So those are my pack clothing, and they're actually packed inside this very extremely light, stuff sack. And quite honestly, this is made out of the same material as the Gossamer Gear 1 is. So it's extremely light and thin kind of nylon, but usually I don't even use this. I will actually throw all these things in the foot box of my quilt. So the sleep system that I have in here, it is a Eros Premium Pillow Sea to Summit. Eros Premium Large. Love it, nice and fuzzy. Keeps my head nice and up, kind of elevated, and it's soft, so I like that. And then I've got a Neo Air X-Lite women's sleeping pad. I've been using this for 3 years now. Never had a problem with it. I like the women's, because I'm shorter and it's okay. Like around 5'6", I think is pretty comfortable with this sleeping pad. Much over that, you're probably gonna hang out over it. It's 20 inches wide. It weighs around 12 ounces. And it's the biggest thing for me is I can take it into the Sierra when I hike out there. I'm from Pennsylvania, but I can take it in the Sierra up in elevation when it's going to get 30 degrees or whatever. It doesn't matter because this has a 5.6 R value, and I feel like it can keep me warm, keep me shielded from that cold radiating up from the ground. And so this is an awesome piece of equipment for me. And then I've got a down economy burrow, and I really like this. It's gone with me for 3 years on lots of long trips I've gone into the Sierra with it, obviously a couple times. One to do the High Sierra Trail, and one to do the John Muir Trail. I've also hiked with that and used it in my sleep system in the Smokies as well, and it's done very well. It's a hammock gear burrow, economy burrow, and it's a 20-degree, I want to say sleeping bag, but it's not a sleeping bag. It's a quilt. Yeah, a quilt. Why did I blank out on that? Who knows? So that is basically my loadout for 3 seasons for backcountry fly fishing. I will do a follow-up video to this where I actually dive into my fly fishing equipment, because I think that's really important. It's just over a pound, but it's extremely useful. It can cover you in almost any different scenario. I've used this 1 pound plus gear, fly fishing kind of gear setup from here in Pennsylvania in the backcountry to the Sierra in the backcountry, and it's always performed, always worked. So I'll be back with another video. Get out there, do some hiking until then, do some backpacking, and stop watching YouTube videos until my next one comes out. Then you can watch all the YouTube videos you want. Take it easy.